Carnival Carl. Okay, so I have Carnival Carl here, and some people are all about that Carnival Carl life. Like this prop is their favorite thing. And I mean, I get the appeal. It is a ginormous clown. I've only seen it in stores, and I know that most of the time when you set something up at home, it seems much bigger. It's like Home Depot's Crouchy. Anyways, play the intro. All right, with the knife in hand, we shall unbox this. Now, I'm kind of torn on Carnival Carl. There are things I really like about him and things that I don't like, so hopefully like setting it up will help me get a better idea of like if he's as cool as many people think. Holy crap, those are big fists. There is no mystery to what is inside this box. Here, first thing that's accessible, funny enough, is the hip loop. Second thing are the fists that hold the hammer, and right here is a keep off, do not climb or sit on Carnival Carl. Honestly, if a kid manages to climb or sit on Carnival Carl, they've kind of earned it, because that's kind of a feat to achieve. There's some spacers. Here's the top of the hammer. Actually, I said earlier he's like their Crouchy, but it's kind of like Crouchy mixed with Wacky Mole, which are two really great clowns, like character-wise. Okay, I believe we are at the head already. Whoa. It looks so goofy. I'm sorry, the deformities with this guy are often bad. This isn't too bad, but ooh, see, as I squish this nose, look at the way that the paint cracks. You can see more cracks like under his eye. I'm not sure about the paint, but he does have a cool face. Like, I wish that the mold wasn't deformed at all and that the paint job was better, because look at the teeth. That's not good at all. Like, the rest of the face is a good paint job, other than around the eyes. Like, the eyes are kind of confusing to me. They don't really look like they belong to him. But I guess you could find this pretty creepy. It is a very big head. Looks like here we've got its arms. One is kind of limp and one is very stable. Seems like this one is meant to hold the hammer, and then this one kind of rests on it. I do appreciate that it has kind of stuffing bags included, like with the arms. I love it when these companies kind of prioritize the form of the animatronic on the clothing. I'm not exactly sure what company makes this guy, but it is yet another situation where the clothes are just already attached to the upper body. It's like one huge piece. It really contributes to the massive box size, but again, it is a huge clown, so I don't know if there's much that could really help that. Here we've got what looks like the legs. One of my favorite parts of this clown, the shoes. Look at these. They're actually really big clown shoes. So many clowns, like in retail, just like don't have big shoes proportionate to their size. They're just kind of like normal size shoes that they would wear, but they're all clown styled. But these are actually really big. They're supposed to be goofy and like they're too big for them. That is a bit of a given though, since this is a really big clown, so it's gonna have bigger shoes. Here's all the technical stuff and the instructions. And right here we have the base. Looks like it's separated into two parts. I just got to take off these zip ties and then connect it so it gets wider. I'm really glad that it is separated into two parts, because the box would be just that much bigger if it were not. Okay, now that we have all the parts, let's do the setup. Okay, first step is pretty obviously just connect the base together. And I think I'm gonna put the legs on before the shoes, because these are very tall shoes. They kind of exceed the height of these. So in order to snap them on correctly, I'm just gonna place them on over this. Now these are some long legs. There we go. Now I could only assume what's next is the whole upper body here. Wait a minute, hip loop, crap. Wait, how do I even put this hip loop on? Because his pants are already on. I'm probably doing this wrong, but I'm doing it my way. Whew. Okay, after much trial and tribulation, I have attached the hip loop. Also, nice, there is Velcro on the sides of his shoes, attaching to the bottom of his pants. Okay, I'm gonna start attaching his arms. Seems like just a regular thing. You just stick it through the sleeve and attach it onto the shoulder on the inside. Okay, first arm is on. Wait a minute, I have his sleeves on backwards. I didn't realize that could happen. Crap, I've got to undo this arm. There we go, all better. And now here we have it. I'm gonna quickly attach his other arm. This one is just totally limp and like on a couple hinges. So this should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just gonna get his big fat Hulk fists on. That's pretty easy. I expected that part to be much harder to try and like squeeze things into place. Okay, I'm gonna attach the top of the hammer and then we only have the head to do. That's kind of funny, you just twist this hammer on like a screw. Now its head just has a simple prong connection. Pretty nice. Now I was kind of expecting to need a ladder to set this guy up, but I really did not need one. Now the setup is totally done. I'm just gonna connect some wires and then we could do the demo. Okay, now it is totally ready for a demo. I would like to mention all the wires have these screw-on things, meaning that it is outdoor rated, but it makes me question like, why does it have a latex head? Anyways, let's turn it on, see what it does. Oh, his audio isn't on.
Step right up. Come on, kids. Step right up. What'd you say? Trick or treat? Only tricks, I mean games of feet are done here. Use the hammer to test your strength. See if you can ring the bell. You might win the grand prize, your life. But if you lose, then it is mine.
His motor is super loud.
I'll even let you borrow my hammer since I'm such a nice guy. Go on, take a swing. It's only your life on the line.
So I have mixed feelings on Carnival Carl. He is indeed a giant clown. It is exactly what it says on the tin. And let me start with the things that I love about it, because it is just a totally mixed bag. I love its whole like main body structure, and its movement is awesome, although the motors sound like they're kind of struggling. I don't know if they're just loud because they're loud, or if that's just it like having a hard time. Either way, I don't really trust it. But anyways, its body and movement are awesome. Where it just like totally fails for me is its face and audio. I think that at its core, this like head mold is really cool. If it were plastic, then it would just like have the original form of what it was sculpted to look like. But they kind of shot itself in the foot by having a terrible paint job, making it a kind of thin latex, and having the mouth movement switched. And what I mean by that is when its mouth should be open, it's closed. And when it's closed, it should be open. So every time that it talks, it starts like closing its mouth instead. From far away, you wouldn't really be able to tell. It's just like his mouth is moving and he's talking. So it's like, oh, look, he's synced up. But if you like look closer or pay attention at all, it is opposites. His sensor is often blocked by his own arm holding his hammer, which is kind of annoying. But let me talk about the audio. I think that the voice and lines are all right. They're cheesy. He's just giving a monologue. It's nothing like cool or special, but something they decided to add was all these sound effects of like people screaming, the ding of the bell from this hypothetical testing your strength game that is supposed to exist near him, which makes him not make much sense on his own. And that combined with the pretty bad audio quality, like it's not as bad as the Marionette Witch, but it's way worse than Home Depot's Best this year. It's kind of in that mid-range, and something I wouldn't want to have its audio on just because of its bad quality and the kind of obnoxious sound effects. I would just have him moving without the head plugged in and having like creepy carnival music in the background. So all of that being put into this animatronic kind of makes me like, I don't know how to rank it. Because it is so big that you walk up to it and you're like, whoa, that's a big character. And of course, clowns are really scary to some people. They're like, we have been kind of desensitized to them, but some people will not get near a clown. And this thing would petrify a lot of people just because it's a clown. But there are a lot better giant clowns because of the stuff that brings this guy down. Like I would like just kind of keep the body, take off the head, and use the body on like something else. and have like different audio or something. Because that part of him is really good. I like his movement, and I like his big fists and his hammer, and his shoes are pretty awesome. And that's a kind of funny thing to say. But about the price is pretty good for what you're getting. Like, this is a really good value. This guy is $200, and for reference, Whack-A-Mole from Spirit Halloween is like $220, or at least the new one is $220, which is more than this guy, and he's like this tall next to him. Overall, I think I would recommend him because of its price combined with its size and its cool aesthetics. I would recommend doing something with the head or like replacing the audio somehow. I'm not sure, but it's got its flaws, but it's got a lot of pluses. It's a pretty kind of half and half animatronic for me. But I think the positives do outweigh the negatives, and this is a animatronic worthy of recommending if you want a giant clown, especially for a pretty good price. I hope that you enjoyed the video. It helped you make a decision on an animatronic, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe!